Now this is a very different video than what I usually post on my channel. Usually you see trailer reactions, movie reviews, TV show reviews and reactions, but this is a little different. This is about health, medication, and illnesses. I'm a diabetic and I am on Ozempic. Now the reason I am talking about this subject is because after seeing how much press Ozempic has been getting because of celebrity usage for weight loss and people using it for weight loss, I had to speak my mind about this issue. Ozempic is not for weight loss. It's for diabetic use. People who are using it for weight loss are complaining about certain side effects they get from using this drug. Well, yeah, because it's not for you. It's for people with diabetes, like myself. And people who have diabetes can't get this drug because doctors out there are prescribing it to people for weight loss reasons. I'm not a medical professional. I have nothing to do with the medical field. I'm saying this as someone with an illness that has this, for who's had it for 6 years. It's been through an interesting process and how to take certain medications and to control this. Now, the makers of Ozempic and Mounjaro are being sued in a 26-page lawsuit from a woman in Louisiana. She is suing Novo Nordisk for saying that she has injuries due to her use of Ozempic and Mounjaro. You don't take both medications, you just take one. No reason she's having an illness because you're not supposed to take both medications. And it's for weight loss. These are two injectable medicines that kind of developed to manage diabetes. But evidently, this person is using it for certain reasons. Now, if you didn't know, the aspect and how kind of Ozempic works is that it slows down the GLP-1 process of slowing down the passage of food through the stomach, which helps people feel fuller longer and then tricks your brain into thinking you are full, which makes you eat less and keeps your sugar and keeps your A1C, which is the main component in these medications. The semaglutide is what makes you not eat as much. Yes, you can cut out carbs, you can cut out sugar. That's not the whole process. People who talk about saying that, oh, you gain weight because you're eating sugar, and that it's nothing to do with sugar. It's the insulin that your pancreas creates to break down into that to give you energy. Always, please, and I will say this many times as I can, do your research before you open your mouth about not knowing about an illness, about what someone has. Keep your mouth shut if you have no idea. Learn the facts. Know what people are going through. People are very, very afraid to talk about illnesses, but they shouldn't be, because illnesses play a big part in everyday lives of people, and the aspect of the anxiety and the depression that kicks in when someone is being bullied or being put down because of an illness that they have. There are certain reasons people have illnesses and certain genetic reasons. But if you're talking to someone and you have no idea what they're going through, keep your mouth shut. Don't talk. Just, don't say anything, because you're the problem and you're making things worse. That's the aspect of how people think diabetes is, oh, you too much sugar. No. Someone who's a skinny stick of a human being, weighing maybe 120 some pounds, can still have type 2 diabetes because they also eat carbs. Carbs turn to sugar, which gives you the energy to move around about your day. And also how your pancreas works, how the insulin works. Not only does it affect the pancreas, it also affects the kidney and the liver. And it can deplete your kidney numbers and your liver numbers. It's a very, very big illness that is not talked about and should be talked about a little bit more. The aspect is that people are saying that they suffered from severe vomiting, stomach pain, and gastric burning, and being hospitalized for certain issues, and several, including visits to the hospital room. Well, it depends on what kind of milligram and dosage you're taking Ozempic, because when you do take it, it actually affects you a little bit more. For people whose body is not used to something that they're not taking, and you bring in a foreign object or whatever it is, your body's going to react to it by trying to kick it out. Yes, Ozempic and Mounjaro are for diabetes, which the doctors are prescribing to people for weight loss. No, Wegovy is the weight loss drug, but they're not prescribing it. So it's absolutely mind-blowing to the fact where people are suing a drug company for side effects that are written on the paper that you get with the medication and even in the commercials that they have. People are absolutely insane for thinking that this will work. And then they're saying it causes stomach paralysis and kind of slows down the emptying of your stomach. Yes, it also causes constipation, either diarrhea. People's bodies are different. People's bodies react to different things in different ways. If you didn't know that, stop taking the drug, especially for celebrities. Don't say, hey, I did and I felt bad. I don't want to hear the sob story about you taking a medication when it's not for you. It should be for the people who need it and deserve it. And there is a problem with this healthcare system in America. And I don't want to hear it. They say, oh, the healthcare system is fine. Healthcare system has never been fine ever since it was created. And that's the problem. There are older senior citizens and older people out there who are trying to get medication, but they can't because it's so damn expensive. And then their insurance companies will cover it because all of a sudden it's a new fad thing that they have to shell out thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars for. It's insane and absolutely crazy. Stop using a medication that's not for you and that should be for people who have this illness or condition or disease or whatever you want to call it. And also for the people who think they know what they're talking about and trying to educate you about what the illness that you have, just stop. Don't do that. Know your research, then spit your facts. If not, keep your mouth shut because you have no idea what people are going through. And illnesses should be talked about. They should become the forefront. People should have a common place to talk about certain things, aspects of diabetes or depression, anxiety, whatever the case may be, based on the medical terms and the history you have with certain illnesses. It should be talked about. It's not talked about because people are afraid to talk about it because of the perception of they will receive from other people. Well, basically, I'm speaking about this now because I actually don't really care what people think, and I speak my mind. It's my idea, decision, body, whatever it is. And I have this condition because I did certain things that made me get this condition. And I'm working on it to prevent it from getting worse. It's a process. It's a long process. But I want to say for people using it for weight loss, stop using it. Don't complain that all of a sudden you gain your weight back. You absolutely knew you were going to gain it back. It's not a long-term thing, success. You lose 30 pounds, you're going to gain twice as more. And then you get even more depressed because you did gain the weight. Just because Maggie wants to lose weight for her friend's wedding in 2 months, her doctor prescribes her Marchio or Ozempic, and then she loses it and then gains it back, and in 2 months, tenfold, she's going to complain. Oh, I don't know what happened. You do know what happened. Stop complaining. Stop crying. Doesn't matter, man or woman. Everyone is taking it. And mostly it needs to stop. And people with videos out there saying that they know and understand what the GLP-1 receptors are. No, do your research on everything. And, when people saying, oh, who's your source? What's this? What's that? Just look up certain things and educate yourself on the diseases that you have. It took me a while to understand what it was. And when I did, boy, it helped me immensely and in a long-term process where it's the aspect of knowing what you're doing, how to eat, when to do things, when to exercise. It's just a simple everyday change that you need to do in order to maintain diabetes. It's plain and simple. When one doctor says one thing, another doctor will follow suit or add to that. But here's the thing, only you know what's good for you. Only you know what's bad for you. Also, the aspect of the medications you take. There are so many medications out there for diabetes that it's being used too much for people who don't need it. Stop. And with this lawsuit that's filed about this woman in Louisiana, whoever she may be, no, you shouldn't be suing because you knew the consequences when you took this drug, depending on what milligrams you were given, how many times you took it, even though it is one injection, and it goes up tremendously from 0.25, 0.5, 1, 2, and even Mounjaro. Switch, it goes different milligrams. Stop using this drug for weight loss. It's not for weight loss, it's for diabetes. And doctors out there, please stop prescribing this medication for people who don't need it. Prescribe it for people who do need it with the illness and the disease of diabetes, like myself. Wegovy is the weight loss drug, not Ozempic. Just because you think you can write a script and you think you can actually get money from it from the insurance companies, stop doing that. There are doctors out there today who are just doctors for the money. Nobody cares anymore about patients, and that's the problem with the healthcare system. It's never been right and never will be right, and if it is right, God forbid anything changes. So that is my rant about Ozempic and Mounjaro. Please, if you are taking this and if you do have an illness, talk to someone about it. Talk to someone who you don't think you can talk to, but be there for someone. Let someone listen to you. Even if they don't have an idea of what you're talking about, it's always good for you to talk and say it out loud, because then you'll feel much better. Don't be afraid to talk about something, because anymore now, when you hold it in, it just eats at you in a way where it really hurts you, to an extent where it's like you have no one to talk to. There is always someone there to talk to. Remember that. Hey, if you want to talk, let me come into the comment section. Let's talk. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Let's talk about anything you want. I am here to talk. I will gladly lend an ear. I love to listen, and I love to give perspectives of certain things. Everyone has their way of doing things. More power to everyone doing anything they can through an illness, and just talk to someone about an illness, whatever it is. Doctors, stop prescribing this medication to people who don't need it and start prescribing it to people who do need it. And the insurance companies, please start refilling the medications for these people that need it. That's it. It's simple as that. Don't make anything harder than it has to be. You don't have to be the middleman. Take that equation out, and it'll be much, much easier. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope you appreciate what I said. I might get hate for this. I really don't care. I really don't give a shit. It's my opinion. It's my idea. Like I said, I held back for a very, very long time about hearing about this subject, but I had to talk about it, especially when someone is suing a company now because of the side effects that they knew they were getting into. So, I mean, hey, to all of you who have tuned in, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, and I really do mean it, if you want to talk, I am here. Let me know. Message me, email me. All the information will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video.